I recently reached out to one of the young ladies that I relate with in a mentoring capacity, as I have not heard from her in a while. She replied with so much excitement and went on to inform me of how a few of our conversation had inspired her to take up the challenge of learning multiple relevant soft skills in her own words. Then it struck me, what inspires you? Dear subscribers, and for those watching who are yet to subscribe, thank you for joining us. By the way, we're glad to have you here. What inspires you? And how much effort do you put in towards cultivating your various sources of inspiration? Welcome to today's episode of To Be Honest with Uncle Chris. I am Chris Aluta, also known as Uncle Chris. That is Chris with a K. Trust we're all keeping safe and doing all we can to encourage each other to be the best we can be, mentally, socially, and all. Remember, health is wealth, and so we must first pay attention to our health before anything else. Having lots of money with poor health due to avoidable stress is not a good place to be. I know it's easier said than done, which is why I'm appealing to you to please make the effort to pay special attention to your health. Thank you. So our topic today, like always, is in the form of a question, which is, what inspires you? Do you really know what inspires you? And how have you been cultivating your source of inspiration? I mentioned earlier how I reached out to one of the young ladies that I relate with, and she shared with me how a few of our conversation had inspired her to take up the challenge of learning soft skills. According to her, she took up graphic design and she's been busy ever since, learning and making money. Not too much, she said, but something to encourage her to want to continue. After we ended the conversation, I had to ask myself, Chris, what inspires you? And so now I'm throwing the question to you. What inspires you? What's the meaning of the word inspire? Now, according to vocabulary.com, inspire means to excite, encourage, or breathe life into. Inspire comes from the Latin word that means to inflame or blow into. When you inspire something, it's as if you are blowing air over a flame to make it grow. Interesting. A film can be inspired by a true life story. Studying for your test will inspire confidence in you. Successful people often have a role model who inspired them to greatness. What is your inspiration? Whatever inspires you, it becomes your responsibility to ensure that you cultivate that source or sources of inspiration and make it grow. To inspire means to excite, like we said earlier on, to encourage or breathe life into something where an ability that has always been there is suddenly woken up and given life. For example, we saw that the COVID-19 pandemic has inspired some good behaviors from Nigerians. I recall my first airplane travel post the lockdown. I saw how COVID-19 had inspired orderliness among Nigerians, compelling them to behave properly during the landing of the plane. Before now, the moment the first tire touches the ground, you'll see most of us unfasten our seatbelts and grab our luggage and run to the front of the plane, rushing out to go save the world, I guess. But now, COVID-19 has inspired the same Nigerians to now wait and allow orderliness to a level that would have been considered impossible in this part pre-COVID. Orderliness is possible if we can identify other factors that can inspire us as Nigerians. But that's a topic for another day. So what inspires you? Who inspires you? And how do you relate to both? It's your responsibility to know what inspires you. And it is your responsibility to keep it safe and ensure it is well protected. At this stage in one's life, you may find yourself trying to chase too many things at the same time and may occasionally burn out, feeling empty, less motivated, and just generally low when it comes to pursuing your dreams. It is at this point or moment that your answer to my question come into play. You need to know what inspires you and activate it, just like the superhero opening his shirt when changing from Clark Kent to Superman. So my focus today is simply the question, what inspires you and what effort do you put in towards keeping your source of inspiration alive and active? Life is up and down, pressure here, pressure there. Knowing what inspires you and keeping your source of inspiration close, even during moments you may not need it, is critical, in my opinion. So I still ask the question as you're listening, what inspires you? Is it reading? Is it singing? Listening to podcasts? Writing? Dancing? Watching a movie? Gardening? Taking a walk? Exercising? You name it. The thing here is something that after engaging in it, you feel like you have just been fanned into flame and now ready to take on the world, so to speak. And when you identify your source of inspiration, try to stay away from any form of distraction or what I call outside noise. A friend of mine recently had to delete WhatsApp from her phone as it was distracting her from meeting one of her goals. Wow, that's discipline. She was protecting her source of inspiration by shutting out distraction. It's not enough to have a to-do list for each day. What will help motivate or inspire you to do the things on your list, and not just to do it excellently well. Please permit me to close with this passage from the Bible, reading from the Amplified Version, Proverbs 4:23, which says, "Watch over your heart with all diligence, for from it flows the springs of life." Find out your inspiration, cultivate it, protect it, respect and appreciate it. What's your inspiration, or what inspires you to want to do and do excellently well? I'll leave you with these questions. I would really love to hear from you. We can have some of your response as part of our show for the next time. Kindly send me a direct message through any of my social media handles, Chris O. Aluta, across all platforms, and let's inspire the world together. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Like the video and share it too, please. Until next time, stay safe, stay strong, and God bless you.